Just imagine for a second, one day your wife says to you, "We need to talk." You look at your phone, you see those words, your heart starts racing because you know in your soul, it can't be good. However, when you go to see her, she has a slight smile on her face and you immediately soften. She looks down and then she looks at you and says, "I've seen your changes. I've seen the effort you put in, and I want to give us one more chance." How amazing would that feel? Well, each of the men I've helped all had that conversation with their wife after they applied the concepts in this video. Even if they thought the marriage was done for good and she said it was over, or even handed the divorce papers in. And they didn't do what you think. There are specific action steps you must do in order for your chance to get exactly what I just laid out to you. When you go through each of these logical steps that I'm going to lay out in today's video, I don't see a way where you won't get another chance with her. Another opportunity to make things right. To have her happy, dancing around the house with you, smiling, laughing with you, having fun, giving you hugs and kisses, and requests to cuddle all throughout the day. But, big warning, if you do these steps but in the wrong order, it'll make her think you're being manipulative and controlling. So you must cement the idea in your mind that there is no way you are gonna get her back unless you do these in this order, because I've seen guys do this out of order, and that's what causes her to all of a sudden want to just go out of your life for good, okay? To block you, to leave the house, to be with another man. And at the very end of the video, I have something very special for you, so make sure you stay to the end of the video as well. But we have to start off with some words that, well, you may think aren't directly related to getting her back, but trust me, they are. And after a decade of doing this, it is by far the best way to win her back. So that first word you must say to yourself out loud. Say it with me, okay? Honoponnoonoh. All right. It is a specific meditation exercise that I'll link down below that I recommend you do after watching this video. However, let me link forgiveness with the importance of relationship satisfaction long-term through a study called Forgiveness and Relationship Satisfaction Mediating Mechanisms by Braithwaite and Fitcham. Right here in the second paragraph, it says, "The ability to forgive one's partner may be one of the most important factors in maintaining healthy romantic relationships." I want you to think of it like this. The way your partner feels towards you and the way you feel towards her, it is based on a whole weight of just millions of micro moments compounded over time that are buried into your subconscious mind that make you feel a certain way toward her. Okay, because you have all these little moments, and she has especially towards you, of disconnection, not listening to her, not protecting her, not leading her, not guiding her, everything we teach here, what happened is that this resentment emotion piles up, and the smallest of things can just set her off. This is why she will treat the stranger better than you. But the best way to get your wife to forgive you is that as the masculine man, you will lead first. And the Honoponnoonoh exercise I found is one of the best ways, if you just repeat it over and over, to completely let go of that resentment. And the way you show up with her is soft, light, leading, and loving, those L's. And she naturally softens herself because you are stepping more into your loving masculine role, but she cannot help but melt those ice walls of protection and resentment that she has toward you. After you have completely let go of resentment, the second step is the serenity prayer. Now, I know a lot of you are Christian-based faith, so say it with me. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, AKA her emotions, her opinions, the way she feels, the courage to change the things I can in your power, and the wisdom to know thy difference.
I'm willing to try anything to get back to where I was, actually better than what I was, but to just stop the chaos in my life. So it was, some people will call it a random event. I call it a God thing. I think he just placed it there, and I viewed it and was open to it.
Some of the most obvious things we need remembering, right? I can't tell you how many times when I talk to guys in the program that have saved their marriage, they tell me things that seem so obvious. Take control of your life. Don't be a victim. Recognize what's in your control, what's not in your control. Have wisdom, be a leader. But these simple truths, aphorisms, or whatever you want to call them, of being a successful man in a relationship, we need remembering. And to be honest with yourself, if you look in the mirror, you're trying to control her the way she thinks about you, the way she feels about you. And that feeling of control, she senses from you, and it comes off as manipulation. She probably called you controlling at times. That's what she means. You're not literally doing actions to try to literally physically hold her down or say only one option for you. But by the way you are responding to her, not being direct, not being honest, not having clear boundaries, but not expressing your emotions, that is manipulative. That is controlling. You were trying to mediate the way she feels about you instead of accepting how she feels about you, owning up to your own decisions and actions and consequences of what you've done, and letting go. And I know letting go can be scary because a part of you, that brain, thinks like, if I let go, I'm gonna lose her for good. Consciously, that kind of makes sense, but think about it. The man you've been, the actions you've been taking right now by trying to control things, it's like when you squeeze a soap, right, in a shower, it's like, it goes away from you. And that's what's so powerful about this concept of serenity prayer is like, if you can truly understand of focusing on your own purpose as a man, of not controlling her perceptions of you, that lack of pressure creates space, right, where she doesn't feel like, oh my God, he's coming at me, right, he's low status. And when she sees you in your own element, focusing on what's in your control that you want to develop in yourself, that is attractive. That is the most attractive thing she can get from you. That's what she's been missing from you for years. What you used to have, right? What happened? What happened? It's not too late, and you can change, right? Just like you've fallen off your horse, you can get back up. You're allowed to, but I know this is more of an esoteric concept, but I have had so many clients when they come to this realization of just like, holy crap. It's like that emotional realization. And nothing hits it more than being around other guys who are having that realization as well. This next one answers the reason why you don't know what to do in situations, why you need help in the first place. And when you can answer this step, this lesson, really apply to your life, you won't even need my help. You won't need a call with one of our coaches. You'll have it figured out. You know, again, this one's another seemingly obvious one, but so few men actually do it, which is, do you know your values? If I were to ask you right now, I met you out in public and I'm like, hey man, we talk, you know, what's up, how you doing? You know, handshake. And I'm like, do you know what your top 5 values are? I think some men can name a couple, maybe 3, maybe 4, but if they actually go through a values list and they really put time to think about it, they would change pretty much 4 out of 5 of those values. And values are those like, you're on this journey of life, okay? And you're lost. You're on this road, you don't know where to go. A value is a signpost that's sticking out, being like, that's the direction. That's the way I go. That's how I behave. That's what I say. That's what my boundaries are. That's what it autocorrects everything you should do, everything you should think, and everything you should say. Let's say there's 2 guys in 2 different realities. Now, both the same situation with their wife. Let's say their wife agreed to go on a date with him over the weekend, and then last second she decided to bail, right? And both men at first are like, I don't know how to respond to her. Do I lay down my boundaries, say, hey, that's not okay, like I made plans with you? Or do you act like it's not a big deal, okay? Now, man number 1, he doesn't know what his values are. So when he goes to his wife, he's like pissed off, but also like, it's okay. He kind of gives this confusing mixed message because he doesn't know where he stands, who he is, and what he wants, right? AKA feminine, low value. And then man number 2, he knows that one of his core values is integrity. Another one's honesty. So he's able to say to his wife, hey, I feel disappointed or disrespected that I made plans in my time to go out, and essentially because of that, you know, you wasted my time. And you could argue if that would have good results or not, but the point is that she would maintain respect for him because he's sticking through with what he wants. Now, if man number 1's value was acceptance, letting go, he could say to her, you know, not a big deal. I don't care. I can find something else to do. There is no one right answer. It's all based on your values and who you are as a man. By you trying to find out the right thing to do to get her back, that is you're living into reaction to her. And when you're in reaction to your wife, you're lower value. What should I do? What should I say? Okay, the high value man that she gets with is the guy that knows what he wants and acts congruently, consistently matching with what he values and what he does. And the man that doesn't know what he values, he's not a man. So find out your values today. The 4th lesson, I want you, but I don't. Longtime viewers of this channel can fill that one in. You know, the other day I was talking to one of my coaches and he's like, Josh, I don't think you should tell guys anymore the idea of wanting her but not needing her. It's like, why? That is the mindset you need to have. That is the most attractive mindset to have to get her back. What are you talking about? He's like, well, a lot of the guys, they'll learn that from you and then they'll walk up to their wife and say, hey, I want you, but I don't need you. That's like walking up to a woman, let's say that you are interested in, that if you're single and you're like, hey, I just want to let you know that I don't like you. Yeah, I'm just not attracted to you. You're indirectly saying that you are by not saying it, right? It's not a simple phrase that you could say to her, right? You cannot fake this. You have to truly desire your wife so that you want her, but you be okay without her. You know, this isn't that hard for you to really master either, because there was a time where you didn't need your wife. That's when you first attracted her. You had those higher purposes, and just over time, you've sacrificed other areas of your life to make her happy, but you were sacrificing yourself. Right? It was a sacrificial pact that killed off the man that you were, that she was attracted to. And I know from that core place, there was the intention just to make her happy. That when she wanted your attention, when she wanted your approval, she wanted you to do things around the house to provide you all these things, you're thinking to yourself, I'm doing what I must do to make the family happy, to be a good husband, to like live at peace. But one of the fundamental part of a woman, what I've learned here in my few years on earth and speaking with thousands of guys and couples and men and women, all this stuff, is one of her main roles is to try to get you to not be the man that you once were. And it's like, why the hell would she do that? Why would she support me in becoming the man I am? I don't get it. And it's not logical, right? And in the feminine archetype, it's indirect, right? And so instead of, she can build you up, she can bolster you, but a good woman will test you, because as men, we respond and grow through tests, through challenge. You see what I mean? And she is the biggest challenge for you. She is not your mother that's gonna coddle you and support you and give you those words of affirmation. Maybe some women do at times, but ultimately, a good woman will send you that challenge, okay? You have challenge in the workplace, you have challenge in sports, you push yourself into all these other domains that have helped you to grow to where you are. Why is your woman any different? I know this isn't super connected to the wanting and the needing, because there's not much more I could say about that. It's a mindset you must get to. But once you do apply these 4 steps with the forgiveness, control, values, and what I call the desire paradox, which is the wanting, not needing, when you fully just embody each of those core pillars, you're unstoppable. You are at your peak, your pinnacle. You're an apex male. You're the top 1%. You are the man, like you used to be, that you still are. Just that you've fallen off your horse a little bit, that's okay, right? We all do. I do. I'm not perfect. Trust me, I'm not perfect. But if you want a little bit of help, you know I'm here for you. Set up a call with our team. Now, full candidly, some guys, you'll set up a call and you get redirected to YouTube. That's because we are a business and we can only take guys that are fully ready to invest financially, right? It is a business, it is a program. So I just wanted to lay that out there, be completely honest with you, but there are free resources. If you watch this whole into every video on this channel, it's so helpful. I mean, guys get complete help and change their marriage just by watching the free videos, okay? So thanks for watching the video. Now, I love referring to this video right here because it is a video on tests that I created that's very comprehensive. It's the most practical guide on how to pass your test. I suggest you watch it if you haven't seen it yet. You got this. See you next one.